Hello and welcome to WMAP for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WMAP, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Right, it's Friday. Friday is request day, and today's map was requested by a regular commenter and friend of the show, Hendrik. He said, BonBon, you really have to do this map. So here we are, really doing the map. Now, it's Friday, which also means that typically it's also Duvo Day, my new city build. Unfortunately, a City Edition has really eaten into my time this week, so there's no Duvo, but instead, just for a little treat, I have managed to complete the Viewer's Choice Top 10 for February. I know we're a few days into March, but finally got round to finishing off, so there's one for you tonight, 6 o'clock, the Viewer's Choice Top 10. If you enjoy that sort of thing, then you'll enjoy a little bit of finger exercise as well, won't you? That's right, hit the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Let's crack on and have a look at the Lagoon Paradise by WMAP. Now WMAP has only got one other map on the workshop. This is their second map. They're fairly new, it does kind of show, but it's still quite a nice map. There's your start square. There is actually a highway connection into there. It doesn't look like it, but there is. Resources are a little bit here and a little bit there, but not a little bit everywhere. I'm sure that's very workable for most of you. And then off to the workshop. Now we've got a few bits on the workshop to subscribe to the coral reef and all that sort of stuff. We will be using the Just Tropical theme and very unusually the Vanilla Tropical LUT. I know, when was the last time we did the Vanilla LUT? Long time ago. Right, let's have a look. Now the roads are a little bit scratchy, if I'm honest with you. They're not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but the polish isn't there. It's a bit of a shame, but well, what can I say? What can I say? And trees in the median, we have discussed this several times. It's a safety hazard, plus it's going to, well, the roots are going to affect the asphalt, which isn't good. This hill I don't like. We will be having a look at this hill after the intermission. We won't be doing it now because we are concentrating on the network, because that's what we do at the start, usually, 8 times out of 10. Now we've got the jinky janky going on up here, and it is a map with quite a few, not incredibly high amounts of, but quite a few little glitches like that probably just need to be polished out a little bit. So we've got another one right here. What do I mean by jinky janky? Well, there's just a little bit of let's use move it, and we'll just like pop that in. I'll just show you. Ready? There we go. Pops in place like that, and there you go, much smoother. So just little things like that all over the place. Plus the roads are drifting a little bit. Not that that's a huge problem. More jinky janky on the right hand highway there. And then we've got this tunnel. Well, first of all, look how far it's got to drop to get under the river. That's a little bit untidy. And then where the heck is it going? And the answer is there. Right, so let's just have a look. You can even see the tunnels under the water there. And if we go into underground mode, you can see that they are, okay, underground you can't really see them, but they are, well, the underground detailing is not particularly pretty, to say the least. But never mind, we'll carry on. What's underground stays underground. The first rule of underground tunneling is, hang on, underground tunneling as opposed to, never mind, ignore me, I'm just filling. Right, so highways not the best, but not horrendous. We're heading up now towards an intersection, and this intersection is a trumpet intersection. I completely forgot. Perfectly decent height of bridge there. As long as there's no street lamps clipping through it, we will be fine, and it looks okay to me. And the trumpet, it actually looks like it might even be a hand-drawn intersection, possibly this one. Not sure. And then we've got just slightly out of alignment in terms of height on the off-ramps. It could be just tidied up a wee smidgy bit. A wee smidgy bit. Like the way that the roads are merging into that highway there. We'll have a quick look at the bridge. We won't bother going to the fog down this route. We've got another route I'd like to take. The bridge isn't awful. It's not awful. It's not fantastic. It's kind of acceptable, I guess. Acceptable without being brilliant. There's nothing too much wrong with it. It's just slightly out here and there. I've seen worse. I've seen so much worse. So I would call that acceptable. A few of you might disagree with me. And then we're heading down towards what I think is the highlight of the whole map, and that's the start square intersection. This is a bit of a treat. I've not seen this before. I'm guessing it's plopped, and yeah, look at that. It's like two bees in there, one backing onto the other. And let's take a little route around it, because it might not be obvious what the route would be. And you can see everything's a little bit jinky-janky as well. Here we're going under this down ramp. We'll have a look at that in a minute. That's not the prettiest. Then it comes onto this big 6-lane roundabout. 6-lane roundabout. If we go straight over that, you can go under the extra high flyovers. A bit of a jinky-janky going on there. And maybe this isn't plops. This does look like it's being hand-built. Comes out to another 6-lane roundabout on the other side. We have got street lamp clipping through here. It's not pretty. Another one there. And another one over there. And one over here as well. So yes, it ain't pretty. But I like the intersection. I think that's interesting. Now, the start square actually starts about there. Just the top of that roundabout shows into it. So yeah, you just want one avenue or something pulling out from there. We've got water over there, which is good, and we've got build plane over there, which is also good, and we've also got, what's that? It's the asset of the day. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this one. This is the UK Village House 2 Level 2 by Rick 4000. Before we go any further, I will say yes, the ground, that's me using decals. There we are. Right, factoids, because factoids, I haven't read this in advance, I've got no idea what's coming up here. The Singer Company was the first to develop a hire purchase scheme for people who wanted its sewing machines. There we are. So if you wanted a sewing machine, you could pay it off month by month or week by week out of your salary. Anyway, this is a lovely thing. I think Duvo will be seeing all of this series of houses when they get back to building it. UK Village House 2 Level 2 by Rick 4000. He's a bit of a star, he is. Right, let's go back past the intersection, take a little right. This down ramp. This down ramp is horrific. I'm sorry, I just ooh in every sense of the word. Let me try and drive down it. You'll soon see what I mean. Right, okay. Hang on to your stomachs. Oh, flip. Oh, that's not pretty, is it? That is really not pretty. Imagine if your brakes went at the bottom of that. Oh, we've got some glitching between the highways where the terrains aren't aligned as well. And then we're heading down to a tunnel. Now, we had a mystery tunnel a minute ago. This one is even more of a mystery. Where is that going? Where is it going? Any ideas? Where is it? Huh? Where is it? Ah, there it is. It's all the way down here. Now, that's a hell of a long way underground, and I don't think anybody would have built a fantasy map. It's a fantasy map, BonBonB. Don't be so mean. Okay, it's perfectly fine. This bridge, however, is not pretty at all. I don't mind the height of it. It's to allow shipping to go through it, no doubt. But everything about getting up to that height and coming back down from that height, plus the fact the heights of the bridges aren't particularly well aligned either, is just, yeah, bit shoddy work. You can see there's an attempt to actually get the ramps to slope, and it just doesn't work for me, I'm afraid. Just doesn't work for me. Right, railways. We've not done the railways yet, have we? Okay, the railways. Well, we've got this one. There are two of them. One of them goes a little bit further into the map than the other. This is the one I think that goes a little bit further. We'll soon see. We'll notice that there's some slaloming needs to be done. I don't think trains can slalom, but let's see if we can do this with the free cam. This way. That way. Oh, see, I'm having a little bit of fun today. Yeah, if you want to have some fun, you can always join me over on Facebook, facebook.com/official BonBonB. There is a second official page, but that's the one I'm trying to get people to use. Then we got this becomes roller coaster now, roller coaster territory, until we get up to reasonable height, and then we run parallel with the bridge, and they're actually not too bad here. It holds its height fairly well. Until we get to the end, we have to get a bit more height to make landfall. So we get a little bit of an up ramp there. And it makes landfall here. And then this heads towards... we got an encroaching twig. Dearie dear. Yes, we're heading towards that second intersection. Not the start square intersection. The one that breaks off just before it. The slightly ugly one. There it is. There is a second rail line. I'm not going to follow the whole thing. I just want to show you where it ends, and that would be right about here. So it doesn't even reach the main island. Okay, intermission time. Sit back and enjoy.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
So back to the Lagoon Paradise by WMAP. And we've got a shipping route on each side of the map. This one is fairly straightforward. Goes quite a long way from the island, but that's not a huge problem because the shipping routes are pretty good at finding landfall, so that's not too bad. This one will go under the bridge, and the question is, will it succeed or will it fail? Put your money on now, guys. Put your money on now. Heading towards it. And the answer is, I would say that's success. The bridge is high enough. There's going to be no shipping clipping on the pillars. Good work. WV, well done. Water flow. This is a map with solid water flow. I mean, look. How many arrows do you want? There is definite water spawn points pretty much everywhere on this map. There's one or two areas where it doesn't flow what you expect, and also this start square spawn point doesn't make any sense, but gameplay wise works beautifully. And you've got loads of water flowing all the way through there. I'll say there's a spawn point in an unusual spot there, but it works. Everything is being taken away, and it's flowing without actually looking hideous, because sometimes heavy water flow maps can look a bit odd. Now this hill that we started off with, the tree placement just looks like, I just don't buy into it really at all. And I'm going to tell you how I think this has occurred, and that's that I think the trees were there first and the hill was then raised. If we go directly above, you can see there's an even balance of trees all over everywhere. So I think that the trees were down first and the train was elevated, and that's not the way it should be done. No, sorry, shouldn't be done that way. But the underwater terrain work, especially from a height, now this is pretty. This is very pretty indeed. We do have some underwater detailing in terms of coral and rock as well. But yes, here, I'm sure when we get if we got a bit closer, it wouldn't look so good. But this, really love this. That is just lovely work. I really appreciate this underwater detailing. Very nice. That's going to add into the aesthetics score. Then we have, now, these mangrove trees. Suspension of disbelief here, because this is salt water. I'm pretty sure they won't be too keen on the actual water they're getting here. And they probably like shallower water than these cliff edges. But credit where it's due. Okay, we've chosen a tree that supposedly likes the water. And we've got some nice, interesting little water feature areas around the outside of the map as well. Not just the beaches, but little interesting coves like that. We'll find a couple of others in a minute. Just have a look at the tree coverage actually on the mainland, and I do like the mix of trees as well. Don't mind the theme and LUT combo, and saying I like the vanilla LUT is an interesting thing. I don't normally expect to say that, but definitely works well with the theme that's been chosen. So credit again for that. Down here we've got an interesting cove. This is the heart-shaped cove. Heart-shaped cove. This is quite pretty as well. Nice detailing going on in here. Nice detailing under the water as well. Got a few drowned trees, but deliberately so. You can tell in the detailing that it is deliberate. And all told, I think that's a nice little area. Very nice area. I think we'll come back and we'll probably use that as a thumbnail. What else have we got going on? Let's have a look at the ooh, shall we have a look at the start square? Let's have the start square. See how flat it is, if flat at all. Now it comes in on a bit of a hill, and you're gonna have to work your way down the hill. Once you get to the bottom of the hill here, it's quite flat. So the start square is a little bit testing, but once you get out of the start square, lots of lovely build plane to go on there. And what more can you ask for? Shall we switch the terrain off? Shall we? Are we done? Anything else you want to see there? No. I think we're done. I think we're done with the map actually. It's just a really nice tropical theme, large island map, and you can vote on it now. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. Use them at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the best 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. I will just report the results like I will be doing tonight. Aesthetically, it's okay. It's not ugly. I mean, there are areas that could be polished up or whatever, but I think overall, I think the whole thing kind of works together. It's just a little bit needs polish. Needs a little bit of Mr. Sheen. I'm going to give it 3 stars for aesthetics overall. I kind of like it. It's a pass. Yeah, it's a pass. Detailing, there are a lot of little areas. I appreciate the effort that has gone into these little feature areas, but overall I think it does need a little bit of work. I'm only going to give it 2 for detail, but for gameplay potential I think the map is set to play. That start square is a little bit challenging for a newer player, but all told everything's in place. I think it's quite inviting to want to play. Few things to fix. 4 stars though. 4 stars for gameplay. Yeah, not bad at all. Double V, the Lagoon Paradise by Double V. Right, so that's it. One more map to come this week. What do you think we're going to have? I'll let you know right now. It's a name you will recognise. Not necessarily a new map though. It might be an old map from a name that will just slip off the lips. We might even have an asset from a big name as well. Might it be the same big name? Well, you have to tune in tomorrow to find out. Join me tonight. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.